recording live from somewhere. It's the world's famous TITT. It's home team in the motherfucking house.
No question.
Yes, sir.
So, Phillmatic, here we are, man. It's 2018. We're excited because we have a special guest in the house.
You already know.
Introduce our we don't even really want to call him a guest. He's like a official heat holder, really.
Yeah, no doubt. This is official. This is First Family. Shout out to the MOP, man. When we started this, there would be no tissue on the tape without our guest tonight, man, because he was like, yo, he's like, I like what y'all do. He's like, but y'all could be doing it on a much bigger level. And we was like, we good with what we doing. With Hip Hop 365, you see the numbers, no, y'all could do it better.
Yeah.
So after some coaching, some pro tips, the boys said, yo, get out there and be somebody. So 4 years and 186 episodes later, our brother, our big homie, he's a man. He's 40. The blueprint, Jimmy Williams. What's good, baby?
What's good, fam? How you, man? Salute.
Yeah, I mean, fresh off your trip from the Eastern Bloc, man, importing that mama blood.
You already know, man. I'm out in Prague eating veggie burgers in the midnight. You know what I mean? In the middle of the center of the city. You know what I mean? I'm living Action Bronson bars right now, man. But
that's pretty good.
Salute to my man Vibe, man. He's still out here like full Spurs geared up, man. You know, I just want to send a shout to him for being loyal.
Man, I got to be a role model for my children, man. They can't see me downtrodden and sad because we're down, 3-1, lost 7 of the last, playoff games. It's not what it's about right now.
It's a high price for loyalty, man.
That's right.
I respect that. Y'all got them banners though, dog.
That's right. Of course, we are recording courtesy of the War Room Sports Podcast Network.
Yes.
We love to make sure that everybody knows that the flagship show, the War Room, is on Thursdays from 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. And you can also check it out on WRSPN.com, as well as the Burton's Joint Appetit best food show that you could possibly listen to if you ask us. We want to make sure that you know that you can go to tallyandtwine.com. You can get your fine timepieces. Again, Mother's Day is coming up, Father's Day is coming up, graduation's coming up, and then ultimately we all just need to know what time it is in a special way. So please, tallyandtwine.com. You can visit there. You can use the promo code TITT. That's for tissue in the tape. You'll get 10% off. Tell Randy that Vibe and Phil sent you. That's right. And you can get laced and get ready for this summertime, because that's what we all live for anyway, right?
No doubt.
You already know.
All right, so Jim, you're on here. This is about your 7th or 8th time on the show. Who's counting at this point? Like I said, you're
pretty much.
You're an official heat holder. Shout to Dev, shout to B Austin.
3-man weave in effect.
That's right, man.
Yes,
shout to the whole War Room Sports Podcast Network. Again, looking forward to 4 more years, and beyond.
Yeah.
Big things.
More collab, man. Also the wrestling, man. We gotta get the wrestling off the ground, man.
Definitely gotta get that going. There's a lot of good books.
There's a lot of fire out there,
we got
man.
a new gym that that's yet to be released, but it's on the way.
Yeah, for sure.
That AI.
Yeah. That
I heard AI. Like, I wonder what stories he got left, but we'll see.
I'm sure there's some. I'm sure he didn't give us all the work.
Yeah, but he don't come off as somebody that's gonna be like Mike Tyson honest though.
Nah, he's not. He's too cool.
Yeah, exactly.
He's too. He never been stole. He never been ran down on. Never been pressed. None of that.
Oh, he's been pressed. He might not say it, but he's been pressed.
Yeah, but
and that's the point.
Right, exactly.
True.
Exactly.
When you make that kind of money, everybody's been
the type of situations, circles, and opportunities that he's had to be around some like his serial killers. That's his thing. But no, man, shout to him. Shout to the process. We were talking about that a little bit, but first, we wanted to do a special edition of Tit for Tat. It's a segment that we do where we we actually go tit for tat, and we either it's this or that. We make a decision between two very tough subjects sometimes. So, Jim, since you're here, we're gonna do a special edition and get right to it, man. So, I'm gonna start like this. You don't have to give your explanation right away, but we definitely might revisit some of these. So, you ready?
Let's go.
All right, for NBA Rookie of the Year for 2017, 2018, do we have Ben Simmons or the field?
I like how you did that. Or the field. I'm gonna have to go Ben Simmons, man. I mean, with the rules currently where they are, and I'm gonna keep it a buck though. Up until like the last month of the season, I was going with Spider. Like I really was, and I said that on our show.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of copped out on our show and went with the co-rookies. But you said it's either this or that, so I gotta take Ben, man. Because Ben literally reminds me of the player that made me fall in love with the game of basketball. Like everyone knows, Magic was my guy as a kid because I had never seen anyone play and dominate games without scoring. To me, that was like the illest thing. So him and Bird brought that about. And because of complexions, I was a Magic guy. So you gotta keep
always bet on black.
You gotta keep it a buck. So like when I watch him, I literally like it reminds me of that. And it's like this dude dominates games without scoring. It's just kind of unfortunate because that man in Utah right now, and forget the playoffs, because a lot of people are just coming to terms with him now, watching the playoffs.
Yeah.
But his regular season, he's been doing this all season.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel bad because that dude from Milwaukee, what's his name, Broughton, whatever. Somebody needs to go yank his award. Then Ben and Spider both can have an award. That's what should really happen.
Right. I mean, truth be told, that's Embiid's trophy though.
I agree with that too. Because I said, look, man, Young Legend should have won last year.
If he just would have played 5 more games, he probably would have won it.
I think Sark had a better season than Ball, but that's either here nor there.
Yeah. I think people got caught in the hype when it was time to fill out those ballots, and Embiid hadn't played for 3 months. It kind of it just hurt him.
And they got Brogdon played with Greek Freak. You know what I mean? So he makes the game a lot easier.
For sure.
Yeah.
Phil, what do you say?
Come on, man. You already know where I'm at, man. you already know. No, like seriously though, like much like Jim, I was going with Mitchell up until the Sixers went on their run, and then it was solidified to me once Embiid went to the bench with the injury where they broke his face.
Up.
Yeah, he got better, and it was like, okay, because that's what a couple people in my circle was saying, like, oh well, he got Embiid, of course, he gonna look good, but he did it without him, and he got with the Euro splash and made it happen, and that to me is impressive to like Jim said, not be a scorer, not even really be able to shoot. I mean, at this point,
what I like about
still dominate games
is their attitudes, because both of them, like, have attitudes that I just enjoy. Like I'm cool with all the like the slander between the two. I like all that. Like I ain't paying him no mind. I love all that. So
and it got high basketball IQs.
Yeah, and when you look at some of the young guys in the game now, it just like it makes me excited about the league in general. It's like, so there was a time when it was Magic and Bird, like we mentioned, and then they left, and then Mike, and then Duncan, Kobe, Shaq. It's like Bron and
KG,
Durant, but what I'm saying is the game is in good hands. Like it's always a next wave.
That's what makes it so great, man.
Yeah, watch these guys play this season. It's like, all right, the league is in good hands because we got some dudes who got the attitude and who can hoop.
This has been one of my favorite seasons in years. Like to tell you, I'm fond of saying like basketball doesn't really start until Christmas, and then it really doesn't start until like now. But I've watched more games this year than probably since like 99, 2000. I
agree, man. These young dudes came in right away and was like, "Let's go."
Yeah, no, it's been a great season. In terms of who I'm picking, I gotta go with Ben Simmons. Much to what you guys were saying, 16 games in a row to end the regular season, 8 in a row without Embiid, and literally Wells Fargo basically became a place where you can't get a W. So
yeah,
anytime that's the case in this league where you know, straight up, like you can't get a W there, like that's saying something now. Dwayne Wade did challenge that theory. He went back into the time machine. Yeah, definitely.
He definitely did.
But overall though,
Gabby will do that, man. my bad, Nikki Union. My bad.
All the things that Ben Simmons has been able to do defensively, and then like you said, just offensively. You know, it's not even a question who it is. So shout out to him.
Flash ain't one little screw coming back. That's what it was.
Shout the little screw. All right, Phil. Wasted Talent, which is the name of Jim Jones' newest solo effort, or Jim Jones whole solo catalog. If you could only listen to one.
Oh man, I try not to be a prisoner of the moment. But that joint is fire.
Nah, you're gonna be missing out on Summer in Miami.
I'm good.
You know,
I'm good. I'm not even a fan.
I know it has singing on it for you. So I mean, I'm
not even a fan of Ballin' or On My Way Home. Now, if you're talking about are you talking
Certified Gangsters though?
Yeah,
no, Certified Gangster was crazy. But that's probably my favorite Jim Jones song still. Unless we count like the Dipset joints count.
Just solo offering.
Okay, all right, then I'm good.
I used to love balling until it like completely pop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it got so oversaturated after a while. My joint is Reppin' Time though. I thought that was one of the first. That was one of the first records he actually really caught like the beat.
Does this include Men of Bird Gang? Because that right there is my thing.
Oh man! Shout to Max B, man.
Yo, rest in peace, Stack Bundles.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, could you imagine if them dudes, man? Oh man, I don't even want to get into it, man.
No.
They would
Jim, what are you
right
saying?
now.
What are you saying? Wasted Talent.
I gotta go with the whole catalog though, because on the low, Jim makes good albums. Like on the low, like
he does.
So like he only has a couple albums that I don't like. You know, but if you make a playlist of like his best songs off his catalog outside of Wasted Talent,
it's hot.
Yeah, he'll come up with a fire playlist, man.
But I'm good, except for the Certified Gangster one. That would hurt. But like
on my way to church, like Hustler's Poem, like that's fire, man. Yo, my thing is,
but the Heat makers laced him on his new joint.
He did. Ad libs. My man got a song about his chick, and he's like ad libbing her real name in the joint. Like I don't know if I ever heard that before.
Yo,
we got him, Chrissy. I'm like, yo,
did he this John?
Oh, is he the first person to do that? Like, really, like, is ad lib? Like, anyway,
no, ad lib game is crazy.
Big faith.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yo, he's the second greatest ad libber ever, yo. He's number 2. Jeezy 1.
So just to just give a quick backstory real quick, we did say that Jim just got back from the Eastern Bloc not too long ago. There's also a mom that's out there who I'm calling her vacay mom, because basically what she did was she went to Germany and she left her 4 kids home alone with the pistol just out in the open, and she didn't go to prison. There's no need to ask what her complexion is.
I was getting ready to say.
I asked why.
But she will spend 2 years on probation on 4 counts of child endangerment. She's from Iowa. Apparently, there's a county called Polk County in Iowa.
4 touchdowns, 1 game.
So she did face up to 2 years in prison for each count, but it looks like she's probably just going to get probation. And then there's another young lady. I won't have to say her complexion either. She deaded over 1,000 911 calls over the course of a few shifts recently. She said, "Ain't nobody got time for that, y'all." Yeah, she's right. She said, "Ain't nobody got time for that."
My story's on.
She said, "Y'all ain't paying me enough to sit here and listen to these niggas whine all the time, yo." So,
Niggas get shot every day, baby.
her name, I gotta say her name. I'm sorry. Her name is Krishanda Williams. She's 44. She was found guilty of interference with emergency telephone calls. But she's in Texas, so I'm glad that I didn't have any trauma or anything that I needed to have addressed at the moment while she was on call. But she definitely was hitting not ready on her phone when the people would call. She would just wait for them to bang and call back and like just go on break and stuff like that. So
oh man.
Yeah, that's incredible.
All those things are recorded. Like you know that.
You don't think they monitor you, Mom?
Fax me that.
We're in 2018. You don't know that, like everything, like they can monitor all that. Come on.
So who was more negligent? Phil, who was more negligent?
Who's more negligent? All right, so I'll let you, Phil. Go ahead, Phil.
Vacay mom or the 911 debtor.
All right, so 4 kids are in danger.
Yeah. Now two of them were 12. 2 of them were 12 years old.
Yeah. They all. I mean, they almost
12 in 2018. I mean, they really like 19 though.
Yeah. So I gotta say, if you call it 911, almost always it's it's serious situation.
I mean,
but check this out.
Slave told you though.
she left on September 1st. Yo, she didn't come. She left on September 20th, and she didn't come back until October 1st. Yo,
I need a vacation.
Yo, you could play like 3 baseball series in the time that she left. She got back and she was just like, "Oh man, the Cubs
had a good time. You got to see pictures."
Yeah.
Yo, so she was going what? Almost
11 days, basically. 11 days from the 20th to the 1st. So
okay, all right.
If you're asking me who's more negligent, I'm gonna go
911.
911, man. I mean, you're playing with people's lives and thousands of calls.
All right, now I'm just gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna say vacate mom because she playing with her own kids' lives.
True.
Like it's one thing to play with lives that you don't know. Yo, but you playing with your own kids' lives, yo. That's your kids.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I would be interested to know.
I mean, they're both for negligent. I mean, they're both for terrible. But
if any of those calls, though, if any of them like ended up resulted in like a fatality,
people had to basically they just had to call back. She was like, you ain't talking to me, but I mean, you know,
one of them was about like a robbery at a store, and because she banged the boy, they get shot and killed.
Yeah.
Now that's not telling whether she would have like sent someone right away, whether that still wouldn't have happened. But
well, see now knowing that somebody actually died because of or as partially as a result of it, got to be her.
Yeah.
I mean, like what?
But
I mean, all 4 of the kids still alive, right? Maybe.
Yeah. The kids are fine. You know,
everybody don't love their kids, though. I mean, everybody can't be me and Vi. I mean,
everybody don't love their kids. I guess that's a good point.
Man, some kids is assholes. I mean, she had to get away. I mean, she had to Southwest that thing.
Yeah. Well, I'd be scared to just take the trash out sometimes and leave these little dudes in here so that leave the country. That's crazy.
Z be like, where you going?
Yeah.
I be like in the kitchen.
But overall, I just wanted to kind of just show the disparity between that. She lost her job. She's not going to actually face any criminal charges. But needless to say, the vacay mom, she's not going to be doing any time. So, and her kids are still basically under her care. So that's like whatever. But
the state was like, "Hey man, we don't want them either." Like, yo, here's what we gonna sentence you to. We're gonna sentence you to babysitting your kids.
Right,
they're gonna be in therapy the rest of their life.
Right.
Oh, yeah, man. Them 12-year-olds though. They, I mean, if they was 12 like we was 12, they was like, yo, we was good.
Yeah,
they future domestic terrorists right there. She just created future domestic terrorists.
But how did people find out? Like who told?
Well, who told on her?
Yeah.
I think it was just a matter of like, just people going like they eventually went to school and
because I mean it is like during the school year. Man.
She bounced on a school year.
Yeah. She was just like, man, whatever.
Did she even leave like on spring break? Like when they stayed home?
Nah, September, October. So she was just like, I'm gonna let y'all get situated for a couple weeks and then I'm out.
I wonder if she's like on social media and was she like posting pictures when she was over there too? Like,
Of course she was. I mean,
yeah, because it didn't happen if you didn't.
She was over there copping mama blood like you.
Was you like hashtag I left from home?
Now, so the court documents, just the last bit of this. court documents did show that she did, but at least the first 2 days of her vacation, she did arrange for the neighbors to check on the kids 3 times a day before.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what we going with.
So at some point, the neighbors like, hold up, you know.
Yeah, you ain't coming back.
A week later, it's 7 days later. Where are you?
Where's your mother?
Right.
Germany.
So yeah, the father of the children basically swooped in and used that. Yeah. So,
he's like, yo.
He's like, here's my shot right here. I told y'all she was, yeah.
Oh man.
But man, yeah, this public service announcement, everybody, man. Just take care of your kids, man. Drop them off at Nana's if you have to. Don't just leave them in the crib.
Keep them goddamn babies out the street.
Shout out to Doe.
All right, so this is one that we wanted to get Jim's opinion on for sure. He's definitely a guy that knows about tech, new tech, old tech. Right now there is a crisis as far as romaine lettuce. All romaine lettuce, everybody want to make sure that you avoid it. It may have E. coli. I know Caesar salads are nice and everything, but if it comes from the southwestern part of the country, like New Mexico, something of that nature, please, they're telling people to avoid it right now until they figure this thing out. And then the iPhone X is the worst selling iPhone of all time so far. Maybe it's the fact that it costs over $1,000, but they're maybe looking into scrapping it immediately as far as being able to sell it. So that may actually make it more popular, the less accessible it is to it. Between those two, man, what has the less favorable reputation right now? Romaine lettuce or the iPhone X, iPhone 10? Right. Jim, what do you say?
You may be shocked by this, but I'm gonna say romaine lettuce, man. Like, you can't get a Caesar salad.
Can't get a Caesar right now, man.
It's trash. Like, really? I mean, I'm team spring mix anyway. I'm not really a romaine guy. I do like spinach and spring mix, like personally. But the fact that you can't get romaine lettuce, I mean, I didn't think the iPhone X would like do that well anyway, because it came out like immediately after the 8, right? So it was like it wasn't even enough time.
It came out the same time as the 8.
Yeah, so it wasn't even enough time for the sheep to get like recharged up, like
right.
So, I mean, I didn't think that would do that well anyway. I thought that it should have been a limited edition thing anyway. So, that's not really shocking to me. But the romaine lettuce thing, though, that's crazy, garbage, dog. Like,
everybody tries to eat healthy, and like even when you go to some of these sandwich establishments and you don't want bread, what are you wrapping in? Wrap it in, romaine lettuce. Romaine.
Oh,
man, that's a wrap. No fun.
Phil, what do you say, man? You're a foodie, Fat Boy Delights.
Yes. In romaine lettuce, I'm a baby spinach type of individual. But you in 2018, you can't still be having food with E. coli on it. Like, I mean, come on.
And who's to say? Like, nobody's actually looking at the lettuce. You can't tell if it's from New Mexico or not. Like, how do you know?
which makes me hesitant to eat really any lettuce. Right. I mean, I know there's multiple types, but like you don't E. coli is not something you want to risk.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Like, will romaine ever come back though? Like, is romaine dead? Period. Because at what point you're like, fine, I'm fine eating romaine now.
No, they'll just change the name. You know how they do, man. Like, I mean, Philip Morris became whatever it became, and people still, cancer sticking it up.
We got rebrand romaine now.
Man, it might be Eastern Bloc lettuce. I mean, we don't know, but no. As far as the iPhone though, I mean, it's not even first of all, you can't skip steps. Like you can't go from 8 to 10. You like just let. I know what they were trying to do.
We're the biggest Apple supporters ever. I thought that was retarded, man.
Yeah, it was rushed. First of all, secondly, like if you're gonna do a 10th anniversary, I'm with Jim. Make it super limited. Make it a high price point if that's what you're gonna do, but make it super limited so you can justify the high price point.
And then also make it so that you got a 9.
Justifiable.
Yeah, make it so that you got a 9 too. Don't just, like you said, skip steps. And to put this in further perspective from a hip hop brain looking at it. I mean, they tried to DMX the game with it. They tried to give you it's dark and hell is hot, and then they tried to give you blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, just right after. It's like,
and they really ended up going No Limit, where they released the album every 3 weeks. Yeah. It's like, come on, now they got to buy their own albums.
Right.
Did I say that?
Yeah, it still happens too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going iPhone X too. Man. I was so disappointed in that. It's not even funny that Tim Cook. Come on, man.
And plus, at the end of the day, you just don't have to buy an iPhone X. I mean, there's 100 other phones. I mean, if you get a rap, you don't know, you playing Russian roulette.
I got some romaine lettuce in the fridge now. I've been debating on since this news dropped. Like, man,
oh man,
I don't want to throw it away because it was fresh. But yeah,
it ain't worth it though, man.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go out like that though.
Go full Taco Bell. Yo, this is the 2 weeks in a row Willie Lump Lump has been mentioned on the tissue to tape.
Definitely don't want to go out like that. Yeah, they definitely skipped the 9. So like, what happens now? Do they go back and say, "Here comes the 9," or do they just jump right to 11?
No, they're gonna bring out the 9 like the X never happened, because it's technically they're gonna say it wasn't the 10, it was the X. That's how they gonna do it.
I guess. And I know God, Steve didn't give his life for that. Steve didn't give his life for this, man.
He didn't.
I don't know what's going on over there, man.
Well, a lot of rappers missed the chance to use that. I got a 9 in my pocket, talking about my iPhone, not a 9. Bars.
Bars.
Yeah, a lot of overused metaphors that'll be here in September. They'll be.
I don't know if they'll be here in September because Fab ain't gonna be with us in September. So.
Oh no!
Fab he would have been the first one to hit you with that bar. Though. He's
still gonna hit it because you saw the pictures from Coachella week 2. They still together.
We might have to leave that one alone, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall back on it, but
there's so much that goes into that, like battered woman syndrome.
Oh yeah,
but I just think anytime something in sports happen, I'm like, damn, that's a bar. I'm like, this is where you miss. This is where you miss Fab with the sports bars, the pop culture stuff.
Yeah, no, it's real. I just he took a couple of days off social media. He got low for a couple of days, and then he said.
Yeah, but the caption said they tried to be low key. Did you see what they was wearing, yo? Like, like who didn't? First of all, they're automatically recognizable, but like he had the super I'm a rapper and this is my rapper girlfriend gear on.
I mean, like people may not necessarily like his albums, but from pound for pound, he's probably one of the more likable rappers in the past 20 years. Like,
no, absolutely.
People normally don't have bad stuff.
That's why the whole thing was devastating because, like, I'm not the biggest Fab guy. I know that like Savad defends Fab at all costs.
No question.
Fab apologist.
No question. The bars are too tough.
He's still one of those dudes that's like a quote unquote cool guy. Like, he's Fab. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's what made the whole thing like.
Yeah,
that's what made it tough, dog.
Nah, it's definitely hard to digest. But hopefully, whatever's going on, she's in a safe place, and if she's comfortable with it, so be it.
Yeah.
Who will have the better LP in the month of May? Terrence Thornton or Ryan Montgomery? Now I know this.
At least you didn't say June though. You ain't say June 15th because
no, we're staying away from that. we already know what that's going to be. That didn't happen. It's not coming out June 15th.
It's not coming out. It's definitely not coming out. But anyway,
coming out. So Pusha T, May 25th apparently, and we got Royce like next Friday, May 4th. Who you got, Phil?
Nickel. I haven't heard anything from Push. I mean, he still has a little over a month, a shade over a month to drop something. But I got 3 singles so far from Nickel, and
I didn't like the Dumb record featuring Boogie. I wasn't in love with that one.
It was all right.
It was straight.
I fool with it.
It was okay.
He was saying some stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think? I was going to actually kind of go along the same lines as what Phil said. Like it's easy to pick Nickel because of what like the Pablo Boat and the songs you've heard are fire. But that's also something for me to sit back and think. I haven't heard anything. who knows? Because once Pusha, once that comes out, it's a wrap. Like
true indeed.
And so the fact that I haven't heard anything could make it scary too. That's tough.
Although the last thing we heard though was on that Sci-Hi, and he, I mean,
yeah, he got busy.
Yeah, he did.
He went
no
crazy.
drums.
and his last album, I love Pusha's last album. A lot of people didn't like it, but I'm
Darkest Before Dawn. I think people just didn't know what it was. People, like people like to be told, like, "Hey, this is solo."
He didn't have a concept behind it.
But seriously though, people like to be told, "Hey, this is my sophomore solo. Listen to it." Like it just came out, and it was like, "Well, King Push is still coming out, but I'm gonna give you the prelude to it." It's like people were like, "Man, what is it?"
But it made me think that it might make me kind of flip flop on that.
Why?
When somebody tried to throw a jab at him, like Pusha T still gonna be talking about coke, he was like, "You goddamn right."
He was like, "Indeed, I am."
Indeed, I am. Like so.
My name.
Yeah, exactly. I got a product and I stand by it. Like so, my dude knows what he does. He knows what he's good at, and he's gonna excel. So. Yeah, man. I mean, but Ryan Montgomery has been in a special place for like the last.
I mean, he's an alien. He's an alien. And see, for me, I'm not gonna lie. Sober. Sober voice is crazy. Ever since he got sober in the Heaven Studios, it's been phenomenal.
But Jim, remember this though. Sober Crook likes to rap. So but apparently also, sobriety, something about the sobriety gets these dudes ready to spit bars. Apparently,
but I also feel like Ryan owes me too, because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really a fan of Prime 2, and that's difficult for me to say because I think that Royce is one of the greatest rappers to ever breathe, and I think that Primo is one of the greatest producers, DJs to ever breathe, and I just didn't like Prime 2.
I just think Ant-Man Wonder, I think the soundscape was just totally different. I think the idea of them flipping the concepts is good, but it just
I don't think Ant-Man Wonder worked as well as
it wasn't dirty enough, if you ask me. Like like Prime.
What's the brother's name from Prime 1? Adrian Young. Adrian Young, because Adrian Young is so soulful.
Right.
It's so soulful, like. Yeah. And me personally, I love soul. Like those are my favorite hip hop songs, which is why that the Heat Makers is soul boy.
Right.
You flip them soul samples and this. So anyway, I feel like Ryan owes me. So
you're going.
I'm gonna take the safe answer. I'm gonna take the safe answer and just say Ryan, man. Take the safe answer. I wouldn't be shocked if it went the other way, but I'm gonna take the safe answer because what I've heard, I enjoy. I even like the Dumb record.
It's straight. Like I said, like he said that the one thing that's missing from his career is a classic solo, and he wants to make one. And I think if you're looking for that, you can't have skits and you can't have records featuring your.
Well, see, now that's a great point, Vibe. Because here's my thing: what's a classic record in 2018? Like I don't even know.
He defined it though. So I'm gonna say this. He said that he wants a record that he can be able to perform years down the line, and when he said,
like Phillmatic, right?
Right, exactly.
But I mean, Kendrick has, I guess, 3 of those at this point.
Yeah,
but I don't even know if I would call them classics. But I understand that he can go perform them years later.
I'm calling Good Kid one. Maybe
Good Kid might be one.
I'm not maybe not the most recent 2, at least not yet, but definitely Good Kid for me.
Not damn, but Good Kid probably is. See, but here's my thing.
But I like Section 80 though.
Exactly, that's my favorite Kendrick album, Section 80, right? So that doesn't really even get mentioned. But to a classic in 2018, I don't even know if it's possible. I know it's going to sound crazy. I don't know if it's possible to make a classic hip hop album in 2018 because things are just this. All right, 444, is that a classic? That's probably my favorite album of the last one ever.
I know
hip hop wise.
I know 2 people that'll say but
I mean,
no, but shout to ain't no jigger.
But my point is, I don't even know what that means in 2018 because of how fast we just get rid of stuff. Like we be done with stuff. Like, all right, when's your next one? Like, dog, he just dropped last week. We would care about his next one already.
And see, part of the problem also too is that a lot of times the best music and especially, I mean, this has always been a problem in hip hop, but the best hip hop albums don't get celebrated. Like Reasonable Doubt didn't get celebrated right away, but it progressed and became what it is. Same thing with Illmatic. Ready to Die was a little bit different. It was kind of got celebrated out the gate, but when you get like real dope quality hip hop music, it doesn't get celebrated at all because we don't have videos. They don't get radio play. The radio halfway exists. So it's hard to make a classic if nobody even knows that this music exists. I mean, because I got some candidates, but I mean, it's hard to call them classics when only like, you know, the artists that made it and the three of us heard it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that. So, but that's the thing, right? So there's been a lot of great albums. I would say it's a difference between being a great album and being a classic album.
Fair enough.
So I don't know what a classic album even means in 2018. And it's kind of sad because Royce has been around for a long time, but I don't know if he can ever achieve that. And I heard him say that same thing, that he wants that classic album. Because first of all, in 2018, we about to playlist anyway. Right. So we'll take your best 4 or 5 songs. So even if an album like Ready to Die came out in 2018, I don't even know that we would call it a classic.
People would pick it apart. They would take off this.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. I don't even know if we would. Some of the stuff that even Illmatic, who I know at least 2 out of the 3 of us consider that the greatest hip hop album of all time, right? I think that if that came out in 2018, like, you know, people be like, man, take halftime off. One time for your mind, though. One time for your mom, make the whole album. That's not a, you know what I mean? Like they would
Halftime wouldn't even be on there because it came out like the year before. So they'd be like, oh no, you can't.
No, but they still do that though. They still do that to get them stream numbers. You know what I mean? Shout to Cardi. But but I'm just saying, like, if that came out in 2018, it would get torn apart, right? In a way that we just didn't do things back then. So I don't even know what a classic album means in 2018. Like I don't even know.
All right. Here's a question.
Take Care classic album.
Take Care.
It's his best album to me.
There's about 5 songs on there Phil's not listening to though.
Yeah, there's 5 songs I'll never hear.
How could you call it a classic?
Light Skin Boy not singing to me though. But all right, so this brings me to my question.
It's a 2018 classic.
So
by today's standards.
But hold on, this brings me to my question I was just about to ask y'all. Can like Jim so perfectly put, you can have a great album and not necessarily be a classic, but can you have a classic and it not be a great album? Because I think you can.
That's all right. So what's the first album that comes to mind when you think of that?
Get Rich or Die Trying.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah,
that's definitely a classic. Is it a great album? I think it's a great album too, though.
Does that have replay value for you?
When the last time you listened to it? Like, I mean,
I listened to Many Men not too long ago.
All right,
yeah,
but
everybody says
it
about
a long time.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody listens. That's
Many Men is hard.
That's like my 50 magnum opus for me personally. But
Many Men is fire.
When's the last time you listened to Get Rich or Die Trying? Just boom, put the CD in, or pulled it up on Tidal or whatever.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while. I can't even remember. I don't even know if I've listened to it on Tidal because Tidal probably wasn't around.
I thought I was going to have to play a song because of the dead air.
No, but I have listened to. I can't tell you I have listened to Many Men. I can tell you that though.
Yeah, me too. I put it on the playlist recently. Yeah. I mean, but
yo, son, get in the car. Oh.
So, but that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, you said something too. Right? You said something I wanted to go back to. You said you don't want no skits and all that. So we can't do skits in 2018?
I'm not saying that, but you know, most of the time they don't ring off like how they're supposed to, and it ends up in
most of the classic albums, like a lot of the classic albums, we love have skits.
But for the past 20 years, it hasn't.
And I need to go back.
Yeah, it just hasn't been the same, and I'm not trusting cats these days to come up with fire.
Cats need to step their skits up.
I'm with the skits, yo. I'm trying to think who has a.
I'm with the skits. That's a fire title. I'm with the skits.
Man, who has Kendrick maybe? Like a couple. No, the Good Kid joint. I like that joint. He was like, last time I checked, I was the man in these streets. And that was awesome. And the joints with his parents, them joints was dope.
Yeah.
Where my goddamn dominoes?
Let's get to this last one here because it does involve Kendrick.
Packing the Mac in the back of that.
If you want to, if you wanted to pick between a Peabody, which I don't even know what that is, but apparently is
answered your own question.
It's a distinguished award and a Pulitzer. At least we've heard people like Nas mention that before. Kendrick actually is a Pulitzer Prize winner. Nas said it back in '99, and it just seemed far fetched. And now here we are. Like I would like to think that guys like
Nostradamus,
Nas,
dog.
but that's what I'm saying. I would like to say guys like Nas kind of put that out there, and then now you look in 2018, and we actually like a rapper actually is like a Pulitzer Prize winner. Just in terms of just what's more far fetched for a rapper, Jay getting one, Issa Rae even getting one for her work, and Kendrick, which is more far fetched to you, or which was more surprising, the Peabody or the Pulitzer?
Well, here I'm gonna tell you what the Peabody is. All right, the George Foster Peabody Awards program, named for American businessman and philanthropist George Peabody, honored the most powerful, enlightening, and invigorating stories in television, radio, and online media. Didn't even technically say anything about albums. So I mean,
shout out to you for Googling, because I Google here, but but that kind of answered my question right there. As I was Googling it, I was like, the fact that I have to Google this lets me know that the Pulitzer is what it is. Right. I've heard of the Peabody, but I definitely had to Google it.
Colbert got one. That's how I heard about it.
Okay.
But the Pulitzer, like, I know what the Pulitzer is without even looking it up. And that's just like, when I heard that, I was like, wow. Like, because again, I'm a man of a certain age, and I remember at a time when you couldn't, like, hip hop only came on after like midnight, where it wasn't what it is today, where it wasn't pop culture, where
you had to be burning the midnight oil, popping pills, taking no dose.
Like, I remember when like get your tapes ready was a real thing. Like, you had to literally put the tissue in the tape and get your tape ready. Like, that was a real thing. And to see now where you have an MC have a Pulitzer, it's like, what?
Well, see, here's the thing about the Pulitzer. I've heard of it before, but I didn't know you could win one for music until recently. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. I always thought it was just for journalism, like for writing. But I mean,
bars are bars, dog.
Yeah, bars are bars.
So it's like, for me, like a poet laureate and a Pulitzer. And I think we already have a hip hop poet laureate. Didn't someone got awarded a poet laureate? But anyway, but these type of awards for writing, and to see hip hop artists win, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So that answers your question, Vod. Like, I had to look up Peabody, but still a good accomplishment though.
It's still cool.
No, it's a dope accomplishment. Yeah. I mean, but the Pulitzer, like that just holds some weight, because like even people that don't really know shit, they're like, oh, he got a Pulitzer. I mean, it's now we got to get a hip hop Nobel Prize. That's all.
Yeah. Could happen.
Yeah, man.
Could happen. So we just wanted to touch on those topics.
J. Cole going for the Nobel Prize, like, KOD.
He might. I think he might need to come out with KOD too, and then we can see what he's working with. But thank you guys for answering so candidly. We're gonna move on with the show. Just want to let everybody know that it's a beautiful thing going on in Brooklyn, New York. In a month and some change, there's the Yo MTV Raps 30th anniversary experience is going on. MTV is actually rebooting it, and there's a chance that it may actually be on TV soon. As far as Yo MTV Raps,
they need more people.
Yeah, definitely. But
any rumors about hosts or?
Nah, right now, Fab Five Freddy is still in the mix as far as
we right here, dog.
Right.
Like, I ain't done. I wrap this shit up so quick.
But here's the thing, though. Would you really if they bring it back? Is it going to be with an old school twist to it, or is it going to be current? Is it going to be current music? Because I don't know if I feel like seeing Fab Five Freddy sitting there with Uzi Vert. Like, I don't know if I feel like watching that. Like, I just like
just the shoulder, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be tough.
Yo, His shoulder like that hand in Evil Dead. Like that shoulder got his own. He's doing his own thing. Yeah.
They, like you said, Jim. They would have to speak to people of a certain age, and definitely music of a certain age too. I think you can't bring that back and be talking about XXX Extension, and you know my man Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah, nah, you can't have blood on there.
Yo, dog. I'm gonna go on record on yo. There's very few people that I want to punch in the face in this world. Yo, I want to punch that kid in his face, yo.
I don't. I'm gonna tell you why. Not that I like him, because I wouldn't say I like him, but I just find it interesting how people have to respond. Like you know what he's doing, and you still give him that energy. You know he's trolling. You know what he's doing. But cats still fall for it.
He knows you know what he doing.
It's like you keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe. And
but I would hope that like my hand of God, I'm not Mano, but I would hope the hand of God that I would give him would maybe and somebody else could give him one too. Like maybe it would save his life, man.
I don't know, though. Because I don't even know that any of that even matters. Like I don't even think he cares about life. Like as long as he gets some views in the middle of somebody taking his life, as long as he gets some views from it, like he get his clout. That's all that matters, man. It's the clout, that clout right there, man.
I know. I mean, like I said, like there was at one point where I wanted to have a fair one with Chris Brown, and now I'm cool. Like I'm all right. But it's just certain dudes. E for Peyton, you know, same thing with him.
Yo, man. Yo, when Bob bring out his list, yo, it's real. Cause like my list is like, you know what I mean, like a roll of Charmin, you know what I mean? But
it's a short list, but I'm just saying.
I break out the Koofy Smacker list.
Yeah, you know. I just want to see everybody.
I had a long list in the past. It was filled with a lot of athletes, but at this point, though, I don't even know if I got anybody on my list because you know, as you mature, you recognize like, yo, I don't even want to get nobody that energy. Not even
Jim. You're very
negative
these days, man. You're very you got a zen quality going on with you now.
Yeah, man, you got a good man. You float into the room, man. Like you know,
you feel sorry for cats out there giving themselves CTE. You feel sorry for these guys now. You know, you're just very zen now, man.
And meanwhile, I'm like, yo, kill none, let none die, yo.
I know you used to watch the NFL's greatest hits VHS tape back in the day with Chuck Cecil and Steve Atwater. Come on, you talked about Steve Atwater.
I definitely did.
Yeah, of course.
You know what's interesting, right?
Roddy Locke with a missing finger.
Interesting. I was sitting there with my nephew and his homies, and they're sitting there watching Twitch.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I'm looking at them like, you guys are watching other people play video games, and it was weird to me. Mm-hmm. But then they looked at me and said, well, you watch people like fly around and try to knock each other out. Which one of us are worse? Talking about football. And I was like, and it didn't hit, it clicked, and it dawned on me. I wonder, like, they're gonna look at us like, you savages, like,
right?
We watching video game, but you savages are watching real people try to hurt each other, like,
yo,
you know. So as time goes on, it's funny because we look at like the Roman Coliseum and say, ooh, they savage, like fight to death.
Right.
It's kind of, you know.
Meanwhile, there's been an actual sanctioning for the first bare knuckle brawl. Like, I mean, not the first one, but it's been reinstated. That's a thing that's going to happen in 2018.
Yeah, that's because we love that. We love to see, like, you know, other people, put themselves in danger. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But the fact that in 2018 people sit there and watch each other play video games like really blew me away.
My daughter was playing a video game on her phone and watching somebody else play the video game on the iPad. And I'm like, is it like a tutorial? She was like, no, I just want to see what they doing, you know. And I'm like, yo, hey man, that's how I know I'm old, yo. But
the way they look at like, but it's different because they looking at us like, you know, the sports that we watch, like, you looking at us like we crazy. Look what you watch.
But we played Grand Theft Auto though. So I mean, I was a digital thug, man. I was, you know what I mean.
And the thing about that is, you know, anybody who plays Grand Theft Auto knows you don't even care about the actual missions. You just going around like, you know, stacking paper and doing everything you gotta do.
I was out there like Bernard Getz out this joint. I mean, who won what?
But yeah, June 1st, Yo MTV Raps 30th anniversary experience. You can check that out. Definitely a lot of names that people know and love. For example, I'll give a few. DOS Effects, Onyx, Public Enemy, EPMD, Juice Crew. There's a lot of people taking the stage. So
see, this is good to me. This is gonna be like I think they are going to have like 80s and 90s MCs on. If it does hit TV, it'll be like a visual backspin. You know what I mean? So it'll be that. That's what I'm thinking.
Backspin is no more. You mean Rock the Bells?
According to my
shout to Big Ellie.
Big Ellie, the trash.
Oh man, knock him out the box, L. Knock him out.
Yeah.
We'll Rock the Bells. Not to be confused with Rock the Bells, the festival.
Right.
But yeah, I think it'll be like a visual version of that. I think they saw the success of channels like formerly Backspin, now currently Rock the Bells, and said, hey, we got this catalog of videos. These artists, they ain't doing nothing. Let's get them out there and
I'd watch.
Yeah, I would.
And listening to a lot of hip hop, right? And I think this is why one of my favorite, a couple of my favorite albums over this past couple years or so is Raekwon's last album, and even Big Boy's last album, and Big Boy's last album as well, are because you have these MCs that we grew up listening to, and the fact that they're still making music and talking about subject matter that I'm cool with, right? So a lot of the young boys that can spit, they still are talking about stuff that I really can't relate to because I'm not as emo as them because all of them are emo. But I get upset sometimes when I like with these I don't want to call them backspin artists, these Rock the Bells artists, because they're still rapping their 17-year-old songs. And it's like nostalgia's there. So I feel the nostalgia, but then after that it's like, really? I mean, I don't care that you got it made and you have a frog and a dog with a solid gold bone. Like the nostalgia wears off, and it's like I'm listening to it really so I think that it's important for people to occupy that space that the Raekwon and the Big Boys, you know what I mean? Which is why it'll be interesting to see what Kanye is on when he comes back out, although it seems kind of weird right now. But
yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock into that, Jim.
Yeah, me either, dog. Sad, man. We might have lost him, man.
Yeah.
He gone.
He said he gone. There's definitely just the Pusha T thing. It was like, okay, that makes sense. The Kid Cudi thing, okay. Then when he said, okay, my album is 7 songs, I was like, uh-oh. But the Nas thing, now he's starting to kind of really troll with it. Like, I can't believe I'm using my hands to make songs for Nas. Just little things like that. It's like, all right, man.
It's two legacies here that can be this could be one of the greatest things ever, or it could just be what the fuck. I
don't think he would ever do anything to tarnish. I don't think they could get together, and Nas wouldn't allow for that to happen either. So I think the one person that could probably stay away from the sunken place and come away would now Push on the other end, he might kind of succumb to that. I think Nas is so secure in who he is.
What's interesting about
But are we going to get Uchi Wally or one mic though?
Nah, you're not going to get any Uchi Wally. That's
both of them. Isn't it funny what Uchi Wally, all the slander Uchi Wally gets when people go up to radio stations to freestyle? That's one of the hardest beats for everybody else to rap over. But
yeah.
With the crazy part with all this Kanye madness with the tweet tour, did you see the thing today when he called Ebro to say I love you during the show?
It's crazy.
All that nonsense, it just is funny to me because now I see why the Carters have kind of distanced themselves because they're in a whole different place, not even just socially, just everything. And it's this boy really, and it's always a joke, the whole sunken place thing, but that's how it's coming across. But we know he's also the master troll too. So all this could be him trying to get his Tekashi on in a different way.
Right.
For sure. Man, I've said this on this show numerous times. The Kardashians are built for the life that they have. Love them or hate them, that's not what I'm talking about. They are built to handle the fame and all the slander that comes with the kind of fame that they have. The people that love them are not. They can't handle it, and they fall out in different ways. Whether it's crack or ripping your balls off, or what I mean.
Wow. Wow.
It's just and then Kanye, he just where he at. It does that to you when you deal with them.
But this is the same George Bush doesn't care about black people. That's the same dude.
He's not the same dude though.
Or is it?
It's not the same dude. We wanted to be. He looks like the same dude. He is not the same dude. But and then also you got to throw in the fact too, like he lost his mom, which was the closest person to him. That changes a human being. Like that dude.
Yeah, but Don didn't give her life for this though. She really didn't.
No, but no, she did not. But what she did was she kept him somewhat sane, like from going all the way left. Like he's so far left now that it's not
but
even right.
I guess that's my question. Is he?
I got it all.
You got that bar off. Is he that far though? Like that's what I wonder. Or Va, do you think part of this is just trolling?
I think it is, man. I think some of
y'all got faith that I don't have. I mean, I
mean, come on, man. The picture at Trump Tower. You know, some of the things that he says, he appears, you know, and pops up, and then he talks about all this stuff. I think it really is the trolling, but the music will ultimately be the determining factor whether people care about it or not.
If the music's good, all that stuff goes away.
Exactly.
I don't know if it doesn't. Again, this is another thing. We're in 2018 now. Right. I don't know if it does. See, I think in the past, if you can, as long as you perform or did what you did, all that other stuff didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll look past, the fact that a lot of these old guys had young women. Shout out to R. Kelly. But I think in 2018 is different. I think in 2018 is different. Because people are literally still, which sounds crazy, are losing their life and putting their life on the line for some of the things that he's like joking with and trolling with.
Right. No, that's true. So,
I think even if his music is fire, people still may turn their back on him because of some of the things he says. So he's kind of like playing with fire, essentially.
And social media does live forever because people will dig up everything you said ever. So
true.
You might be right. I mean, for me, if the music is good, I can separate him from the music. I mean, I've been doing it all this time with Kobe and so many other. Where you got to separate on the court from off the court.
You do.
So I can separate his life from the music
But I think it's just more difficult in 2018 than it was, say, even in 2010. It's just more difficult to separate those things.
Yeah, because they're so intertwined now. Because like it's almost like you have to like the person to like the music. Like that's the way they make it. Like if you if you don't like the person, it's hard to like the music, and vice versa. So yeah.
Well, speaking of that, I wanted to kind of transition over this part of the conversation over to KOD, and just if for
not to be confused with KOB, the King of Brooklyn, because that's Mano, right?
And not to be confused with KOD, the King of Diamonds.
Right.
Okay.
Hand of God out here. KOD. So, first of all, I think it's cheating. Let me tell you why. So. We used to be able to kind of have the rollout, as Phil and I, talk about all the time, the rollout, right? And you would be able to scrutinize and, determine if you're going to be messing with a project or not or something. I think Cole has really figured it out in terms of just putting it out there. He like Tuesday night, he was like, yo, album on Friday.
That's fire.
Yeah, no, that's great. Like he broke the code, man. He really
I told y'all thought I was trolling when I said this. Like, that's part of like what made me like do I ain't gonna say 180. I'm at a 150 right now with Cole.
Right.
Because I kind of recognize his brilliance in that because back in the day, artists weren't always all in your face. Like, they came around when they had something to sell. And I just think that he's cultivated a fan base, which is crazy because he has a lot of stands, but they support. But they support though. Yeah. A lot of people have stands that don't support. Like he has stands that actually support
every record on the album in the Billboard Top 100 as it is.
And
right
as you
now.
said, he's kind of like figured it out where I don't even have to like do all the other stuff.
He's like, I don't need the Instagram picture with the fire captions like Champagne Poppy. I don't need none of that.
But that brings us to the point that you was talking about, like before we came on air. pause. We didn't come on air before the podcast started.
There you go.
You were saying that, like, you know, we got such short attention spans as a culture. Like, so if you do that long rollout, I mean, you could lose interest, you know, halfway through the rollout.
Wasn't it great to see Drake do the total opposite and do the traditional, okay, my joint's coming out like 90 days from now. You know, like that. I thought that was cool too.
But that,
because when everybody goes right, you go left, and it's just gonna keep going back and forth.
But
right?
he's at a point where he's like one of those artists that he's at the point where he could do anything that he wants to right now.
I mean, he's a one man Boyz II Men right now.
He's a pop star.
You know, like seriously.
Never heard that one before.
But no, if you look at his chart success, I mean, the only reason he's not up there with One Sweet Day and you know, End of the Road is literally because he replaced himself on the Billboard charts at number 1. He was on his way to 16 in a row, that magic number that Despacito and Justin Bieber made actually this year. But you know, he's a one man Boyz II Men. You know, he's getting it done. He's all of them rolled into one.
What about the East Coast family though?
Is that include Mike or no, is that Mike or no Mike?
You know, it depends on who you ask.
It ain't Boyz II Men without Mike though.
Yes,
you gotta talk to him. And, I mean, you gotta
no, it's the end of the road, Boyz II Men, not this newfangled iteration.
Not the 3-man weed Boyz II Men.
Not the trio. It's missing something.
The Trace Leches Boyz II Men.
But seriously though. He did 12 straight weeks on number 1 on a song that, if you listen to it, he's not saying anything whatsoever on it. I mean, lyrically,
it's so frustrating because we all know that he can. That's the thing.
He got the juice now.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally like not in. Like, I've seen this song now ring off, you know, at many a party. He says, "Do you love me?" I say, "Only partly. I only love my bed and my mama. I'm sorry." Like, DJ, run it back. DJ, run that back. Like, that was like, I came through the door. I said it before. I was like, yo, I've never seen he's not saying anything on the joint.
Because I was listening to an Aubrey playlist the other day.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there listening to like some of the joints, and when Aubrey's at his best is when he's with Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Ross got some fire together. I was like, I don't know what it is when he gets in the studio with Ross, but he start talking that talk and make you remember that, oh yeah, he can rap.
Yeah, man. And like that's one of those when we were saying like the best 2-man tandems, you know, other than me and Vibe. I mean, we was like, you know, Ray and Ghost, you know, Styles and Kiss, but we had Drake and Ross on that list too.
Let me ask you a question. Who makes better songs together, Drake and Ross or Meek and Ross? And by the way, welcome home, Mandela.
Yo, Meek Mandela is hilarious, man.
It's the same energy. You feel the same energy, right?
People were running with their infant babies. Dude.
Yo, man, had the kids out in the street,
waving at the helicopter.
That's
amazing.
So
at the end of the day, the judge might have did him a solid because he's a bigger star now than I think he's ever been.
That's what T.I. told him. He said, man, when you went in, you know, rap people that knew about rap, you know, they knew who you were. He's like, you're a household name now. So
he used to pray for times like this. I mean, so like,
but I'm just like
the Sixers game ringing the bell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how about that? But back to the question at hand, though. I think. So you think this Drake and Ross actually would better than Meek and Ross?
It's a tough one.
No, not for me. Lord knows, and then game over.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
they don't have a better song better than Lord Knows, though, or Aston Martin music, or
they have more versatility, though. I think too.
Stay Scheming is hard until your man at the end come mess the whole song up.
Gosh, you got to cut it off.
Oh yeah, yo, no, on my version, boy's not on there.
Yeah, you gotta cut it off.
Yeah, I got.
All right, nigga, dog. Your man come mess the whole everything up.
So, is there anybody that J. Cole raps well with though?
Himself. What's his alter ego's name?
Oh, what is it? I don't know.
The one on the album, the only one featured on the album. That's supposedly him.
Oh, Kill Edward.
Yeah, Kill Edward.
That's him. That's him.
Yeah. So the rumor is that is him. Like, because J. Cole fans are crazy. So they looked it up and they found this like SoundCloud thing of Kill Edward. So allegedly he's been putting out music as Kill Edward. So one of those things where people it's hip hop nerd stuff. But allegedly that's J. Cole. And if you listen to it, it sounds just like him.
I would say Cole does some good work with Kendrick. Yeah, he has some good joints with Kendrick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yo, I didn't know that he did the promo for the NBA playoffs that when it first premiered, all the game ones on Saturday and Sunday of this particular playoffs. I was like, yo, who's this dude that's rapping? And I was like, oh wait, that's J. Cole. Like I just don't
was it him or was it Kill Edward?
Right, it might have been Kill Edward. I mean, but when you think of commercial things like that and kind of things on a large scale like that, he's now kind of taking himself out of that realm. So it didn't even dawn on me until I really listened to it. I was like, oh, okay, that's him.
That's because any other artist would have gave you about 45 tweets and a couple IG pics and stories saying, hey, look what I'm doing.
For sure.
And he don't even do that. He's about his art. Like I didn't realize, I was telling Phil that he directed and wrote the treatment and video for the Babalo boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
He actually directed the video.
Yo, did y'all see his videos? He got the Kevin's Heart
with Kevin in it.
We actually had Kev. That's crazy. Like the fact that he got Kev to do that joint in the video.
Dope.
When I first heard the song, I was like, ooh, how's Kevin going to take that?
Right.
Yeah.
But
and see, then I was thinking, I was like, yo, did he like, because everybody all like you said, everybody all emo, did they talk their problems out? Did he go to J. Cole and sit on J. Cole's couch? He was like, hey man. And then Cole was like, well, let me put your feelings, like how Jimmy and Cam did for Dame that time.
No doubt.
So, but no, that's crazy. And then the other joint, ATM, which was like kind of like a Busta Rhymes esque video. Parody. Yeah, that joint was kind of crazy. He looked like
but to me, right,
a weird kind of Santa Claus.
To me, none of those songs work alone, right? They're okay alone, but as a cohesive project, they work. But no one wants to sit and listen to the entire album every time you listen to it. So
I think ATM can work by itself. I think ATM works by itself.
Yeah, but ATM by itself it makes it come off like
a strip club.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it does, but that's not what he's really trying to communicate. In my opinion, that's not what he's communicating.
But that's how people will receive it because I already know, like I know, because he says ATM and he mentions money, and it has that knock in it. It's going to be at KOD. Yeah, I mean the original KOD.
I see what you did there. But I know from listening to the album, it works as part of the story or the narrative he's trying to tell there. So. And we were talking about this beforehand. And it's like the replay value just isn't there for me. I think it's a dope album. Mm-hmm. I understand it. I appreciate J. Cole as an artist. I like what he tries to do.
Yeah. Talk about that a little bit more, Jim. Like you said, you like the idea of J. Cole, right?
I like the idea of J. Cole and Kendrick for that matter. Like I like the fact that I like what these guys stand for. I think they have talent. They're dope MCs. But it's something about their replay value that's missing for me personally. Like, I don't find myself going back to KOD. I throw that Jim Jones on because, first of all, I don't know whether it's the whole thing of these guys making concept albums, and they're making pure art but it all works together as one cohesive project. But when you take ATM out, it does work on its own. And I guess it just bothers me personally because I know that's not what he's trying to get across. And I see everybody taking it as that. Like I've seen people quote that on their IG pics, like the chorus and all that. I'm like, that's not even what he's communicating, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that kind of bothers me personally.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's my point. But when you take that song out of the whole story, it doesn't come off that way. But anyway, so the replay value just isn't there for me. And I don't know if the replay value has ever been there on a Cole album, even though like initially I would say Cole was boring, pushed me to sleep. I gave him another chance after I saw his live performance because his live performance is really what won me over, which is amazing to say about a hip hop artist, right? Because that's happened to me, like where it may be an artist you don't like, say an R&B, and Phil, don't kill me for this. But if you ever go see an R&B artist live and they start to kill it, you're like, oh damn, I really bang with him. But it happens in hip hop sometimes, but not as much. but J. Cole actually won me over with his live performance. But then trying to keep going back and listen to the music, the replay value just isn't there for me, dog. It just isn't. And to be honest with you, I don't know what the answer is. I'm speculating that maybe it's the fact that they're making these projects which are complete bodies of work, but I really don't know what it is.
We cut from a different cloth, man. Like these dudes now are the children of the hip hop we grew up on, and the hip hop we grew on had a hustler spirit. This music has a user spirit. Not saying that they're users, but it has that emo. I'm on the couch. I gotta tell you what's wrong. Where the music that we came to listen to, whether it was right or wrong, it had a more of, you know, we respect the one that you know, they respect the one that got shot. We respect the shooter. It's that different.
See, but do you think that what it is? Vi, I hear your opinion on this too, because I don't know if that's it. Because to me, when you're dope, you're dope.
I think it speaks to a certain fan base too, and people. If you're not privy to a certain level of hip hop or a certain catalog of hip hop, so let's just say I've never heard an Ice Cube album. Let's just say I've never heard Spice One. Let's just say I've never heard, you know, Public Enemy. When I listen to Kendrick, I'll be like, yo, this nigga's the dopest MC ever. Yeah. You know, like yo, he's it bangs in the whip. He's switching his voice. He's coming from,
but for me it's different, right? So when I hear Kendrick, I'm like, okay, so the part of that is Ice Cube, part of that is Pop, part of that is Andre 3000.
But yeah,
right. So I see the inspiration of other great MCs.
But if you don't have that knowledge, then you're looking at it from a standpoint of like, you know, it's just different. Like when you kind of know what goes into the pause, like the sausage and the hot dogs, like you're not as like hype about them, because you know, like at the end of the day, like, oh, I know how this was made. Like, but you know, a 5-year-old might think that's the greatest thing ever. They don't know.
And the thing is though, I think that I don't even know if it's the whole street mentality or street ethic that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I see what Phil is saying.
Because the reason I say that is because I've always been like, if you're dope, right? And I know Ye wasn't back when we fell in love, like Phil said, with the actual culture, but that's what made him amazing, is the fact that he wasn't that, but he still was dope. Like there's MCs that are dope. A Tribe was dope. It didn't matter. Like a De La was dope. Didn't matter what they like. The whole native tone was dope.
But it just had the whole aura of it. Not saying they was out there making hand to hands, but it was just De La? No, I'm saying they wasn't. But it was just a feeling. That whole mentality and the whole atmosphere at the time. And also you gotta think about how old you were when you were listening to that music. It takes you to a place when you
Phil, you're kind of saying like the fact that they were making this type of music in spite or in
that environment. Yeah. And
yeah, so I understand that, right? So I put probably way too much thought into this, because I've been trying to figure out what it is about some of these guys that I know can spit, that their music just doesn't stick to me the same way. So I'm like, well, maybe it's because, you know, I'm the age I am now, so nothing will. But I don't think that's true either, because again, no slander, Phil, but I listen to a lot of R&B. I listen to a lot of all kinds of music, jazz, R&B, whatever.
Love who you love,
reggae, free Buju, by the way. But anyway, I mean, we let Buju come home now. But the bottom line is, they're still. I gave Phil an example the other day, like Solange's last album. I still run that back right now. That album to me was phenomenal, and that's, you know, not hip hop. So it's not a matter of me the music not coming out, like, because of how I feel about music and you know where I'm at in life. Is not that. It's something else. It's something there with these guys that's just not connecting with me.
Even you mentioned Solange, even her, she has a different mindset than most of the singers that are out now. Like her mindset is like of like, she's different. Like you couldn't even compare her to everybody. Like the closest thing to her, like out of people that's out right now, might be like a SZA or somebody like that.
So what you're saying, you think it's a me relating to the younger artist thing?
I think it's the younger artists not being able to relate to what we consider classic. Like they don't have like Vod was saying, they don't understand that what they're doing has already been done. So like even if they,
I think they do though, because I think a lot of times, specifically, Kendrick, I think Kendrick knows, and Kendrick pays homage a lot.
The fans.
Not the fans, yeah. I misspoke. Okay. Not the artists per se, but the fans. So when the artists are making this music, they're making it for, like, they're saying, "Oh, this is the best thing I ever heard," and like you said, "Oh, that's so and so." You know, they just took. You know what I mean? The same way when we were listening to songs and, you know, be like, and then the old man would be like, "Oh, that was the Oscar Brothers."
It has replay value for them because to them it's like they've never heard this.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, okay, this is just more of.
If you heard somebody say something similar but way better, you know what I mean? And you and Rick G said something, and I didn't think about it until he said it. But I've been putting it to the test, and it's like 99% accurate. When he was talking about samples, he said, if you listen to the original of any record, they're all better than the replay, the updated sample versions. He was like, whatever song you can think of that's been sampled, you know, whether it's, you know, Bob James, Nautilus, you know, when you hear the whoever sampled it, it doesn't sound as good as that original. So, and I was trying to think, and I was naming all these.
You know what? But for me, a lot of that is because it's like discovering where it came from. So it's like, oh, he flipped that. Like for me, so I don't even know if the original one was better or is the fact that I'm just like connecting the dots.
And that's how I was too. I was connecting the dots. But when I went back and listened to the original, and then Vibe made this playlist with the originals and the samples, and I was like, yo, Jeez was right. Yo, so subconsciously, I think you hear these dudes and be like, yo, I heard that done before, but I heard it done better. Like, I mean,
basically you're saying, so are we at a point now where
no ideas original?
Like, so somebody has to come out with something original then. Like,
I mean, and there are original dudes, but
are you saying hip hop is dead? Like we're just going, we're pretty much on a hamster. Are you saying we're on a hamster wheel right now? We're going like this?
I'm saying we're in a hamster wheel, but I mean, don't you know things go in cycles? The way that Bobby Brown was amping like Michael. I mean,
but I guess that's why. Like, if I was an artist in 2018, I probably would never drop an album. I would just drop singles, straight up, or EPs, like a lot of people do now.
But
that's
see,
what Uzi was trying to do. They made him know. They were.
But see, you can get it off because, like, I mean, we do this for lip, so we go back and listen. But how many people that are listening to these songs are going back and listening to the stuff beforehand? You know, I mean, if it ain't the young boy on the internet or Jade, I mean, who else that's 22 years old going back?
Shout out to the young boy on the internet, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know boy name, but yo.
He should be a mine somewhere out in Times Square.
King, whatever his name is. At least he found a way to come up off of it though.
Yeah,
King Guap, I think his name is. King Guap. Shout out to King Guap.
King Guap heard all those songs before. That's
he's selling wolf cookies.
Big L come on. It's something different though. He heard Big L. It's something different.
True. No, so I think we've kind of gotten to a point where we're at least getting to what Cole, I think what he's trying to do with his music. And of course, I think he's trying to push conversation. If nothing else, I think that's what he's looking to do. Definitely amongst people that may not necessarily be his fans, and definitely for his fans for sure. Like whether it be the secret shows, whether it be, him not having a rollout, whether it be him doing all these artistic things, he's gotten to a level where they wanted him to be a company man, and he actually unlocked the code to do whatever he wanted,
which I think is dope. Because a couple years ago, I got tired of him rapping about meeting Jay-Z. I think he may have had like 46 songs about the day he met Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now he's
still talking about sneaking out of dorm rooms and stuff like that. Yeah, kind of creepy.
But when I heard KOD, what came to mind, like the first thing I thought of at the end of it, when I finished, like the whole thing ran through, I was like, he should be making movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's the first thing in my mind. Like this guy could write a movie. He should be making movies. Like,
knowing that he directed the video, that's the first step. That used to be the stepping stone to making movies. So, you know, we don't do videos and we don't have a as big an emphasis on videos, but you know, these top 3 guys, or you know, for the era, you know, Cole, Kendrick, and Drake, they do videos better than anybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is crazy because I remember the first time I saw Ice Cube with "Today Was a Good Day" and saw the video and listened to the song, and I was like, "Stu can make movies." and now it's to the point where some people don't even recognize Ice Cube was a rapper.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Before we get into this last segment, I just wanted to just see what you guys felt. So, you know, Kendrick came out last year. He had a tour. He has another tour out coming soon, TDE, the Championship Tour, which I think is a fire title for a tour.
I'm there.
What do you think about these guys collaborating? They teased it several times, and I just think out of one day, is it going to happen? What's more likely to happen, a Black Hippie album or a Kendrick Cole album?
The fact that Black Hippie has never happened is extremely disappointing. Although they do have 2 mixtapes, very dope mixtapes, by the way.
How we get a Quality Control album already, but we don't get a Black Hippie album?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Coach K and them dudes are just like, yo, we don't know how long this is going to be. So let's go ahead and get all this out while we can.
Yeah.
I think punching them dudes are like, we're gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, Coach K is all about the one and dones now. So, I mean,
I need a new Shady Records album, man, just so I can hear that Griselda.
Ooh.
But that's either here or there.
I just hope it doesn't turn into.
Shout to Jones for taking that too, because Jones got that all over his album. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, damn.
I was like, hey, man.
Griselda's, that's not gonna turn into a Glass House situation, is it?
No, because them dudes do their own thing. Like they got music out now.
Yeah,
they're gonna always make music. And I don't know if, like, I mean, I know Jim is.
Did they need Shady though? Let's just switch gears just for a second.
That's a good question. I was thinking that because what has Shady actually done for them? Other than they gave him a fire the Instagram pic with him. What has Shady really done for them? I mean, he brought him on the award show and didn't let him spit. He made him sing like his background bodyguards.
Right. No, they did the non-televised spittage. It was on BET.com, which might have been worse than not spitting at all.
Yeah, come on.
Because it was actually fire what they did. But the other, the only thing I can think is he gave him a crazy bag. You know, because I guess he realized the Slaughterhouse thing was a wrap.
Just independently, just what they've been able to do, just with their buzz and just with their merchandise. Salute to them.
The fashion rebels, man. Salute to them, man.
First off, like pre-pause, Benny is the hardest artist out. Like Benny
already. Hey, we got.
And listen.
Hey, we got.
And to your point, Vod, I was looking at my man Action Bronson just got out of his deal, and one of the whole ran about he should have stayed independent,
right? Because
pretty much he was moving before he took the deal, and really didn't do too much for him. So that's a good point. Like,
I know it's the dream, and I know for cats like you said of a certain age, that's like the pinnacle.
I guess they figured like being associated with Shady will put you in people's living rooms that would never.
That didn't work out for 2001. Right? Yeah, they worked out for House Gang. Why would why would that work now? Like,
I think it kind of did and it didn't. Like,
let me ask you guys a bigger question, and that's based on this. Does the big name cosign even matter in 2018?
It does, for sure.
It definitely does.
It still does.
Yeah, because if Jay co-signed this podcast right now, or Shady co-signed this podcast, right now,
all right. So let me ask you a question: Who are the hottest artists in hip hop right now?
Drake, Kendrick,
Cardi.
All right, now I didn't say best. I said hottest. I mean, right now the hottest.
Migos,
Cardi. Drake. All right, so Cardi. What about Blood? Blood, one of the hottest artists.
Yeah, for sure. I'm 6 for 6. Billboard.
Who co-signed him? Nobody. Who co-signed Cardi, really?
Well, no. She did get a.
Mona co-signed her.
I was about to say the co-sign is different now. the cosign comes in different ways. Charlemagne indirectly co-signed him. Like he didn't intend to, but he did. By playing
you talking about Blood? Hold up though. He co-signed him after he already had 5 hits on Billboard. He was already 5 for 5 at that point.
5 for 5.
Remember what he told them? I'm gonna be your highest interview. He helped them. What you talking about?
This is true. So well, Game co-signed him indirectly. I mean, by initiating these beefs and replying to them when you're the bigger artist.
I guess. So my point is, I was just thinking about like looking at how things move now, and like some of these artists who I'm seeing like on Billboard and have platinum plaques. First of all, I couldn't name one song of theirs. There's a lot of artists like that, like Little This and Kid That, and I'm like,
the Littles.
No one's co-signing these cats.
But mind you too, sometimes the co-sign isn't necessarily the stand beside the person or have them. It's different now. It used to be the cameo in the video or the shout out in the song. Yeah, now it can be something just as simple as just reposting or even just not dissing somebody. Like
who co-signed Yachty? He got like a Target commercial. Who the hell co-signed him?
the Migos in them. They co-signed him. Coach K in them.
All right, so everything goes back to Guwap is what you're saying. It all goes back to Guwap.
Yeah, he's the roots of the tree.
The Wop Father.
The Wop Father, exactly.
Listen, man, all I'm saying is things is kind of weird right now in 2018. Like, overall.
Look at Beyonce. Beyonce, she mentioned anything, it's a rap. She mentioned Hebrew Brantley. I mean, when he was making T-shirts with the homie, and now he's
that's different though. Beyonce is beyond that's different.
But that's a cosign still. I mean, I know she's
saying
a different level of cosign.
That's different though. That's like being co-signed by Jesus. That's just different. Like Beyonce somewhere else. Don't even mention that. Like that's something different though.
No, I mean she's the best in the world at what she does. So like
that's next level. But I'm just saying in general, what I was thinking about overall is that like what is the cosign now? I remember back in the day, like you had to get co-signed by anybody to come in. You know what I'm saying? But now I just don't see it that way. I wonder how we're gonna look back at this whole like wave or moment in time that we're in. It's probably gonna be called like the SoundCloud wave. Because
I don't think you need the cosign, but I definitely think it still helps.
We're in the middle of something we don't even recognize right now. It's like we're part of like the sound. We're in part of the SoundCloud wave right now. That's what's going on.
Years before we look back and be like, oh wow, that's what was going on.
All these cats came off SoundCloud.
Yeah. One of the other things though, the last thing I'll say about the cosign, and as far as like specifically with Griselda and Shady, I think that cosign helps you get to a different kind of bag. It gives you opportunities and it opens up doors that you wouldn't normally have. Opened up to you. Because
to Vaz's point, what has that done for them that you've seen at least? I don't know what it's done for Griselda. They still perform in the same venues they were in before. Outside of they got to go to Coachella as backup again. But I'm just saying, like, what has it really done for them? They were already doing their own thing. They already had their own like campaign going on.
Like for them, I don't even think we've started to see what it's supposed to do for them, but I'm pretty sure it came with a nice hefty bag.
And outside of 50, what has Shady done for anybody?
Well, Yellow Wolf would disagree.
I forgot he was even on Shady. You just said that. I really did. Yeah.
Royce was one of the best MCs. He didn't need it, but he got a Grammy out of it. He got extra exposure that he would have never got if he wasn't. If he didn't do the Bad Meets Evil 2.
I hear you, but I just don't see what it did for Griselda, and I don't even know if it's a good fit anyway.
I don't know if it's a good fit either, but I mean it's like anytime you Shady just taking a picture with him, his fan base.
The picture was fire, but I mean, what are they really gonna do for him? I mean, they wasn't at the Rock Nation brunch. If you can't get me at the Rock Nation brunch, then what am I doing? Like,
well, Shady not Rock Nation though.
I'm just saying, everybody at listen. You can't get into the brunch. What are you doing? If you can't get me at the brunch, what are you doing for me?
Yo, man.
I got your J-Man. Y'all think you're J-Man.
J-Man. Bought that paper plane.
That was fire, though. You gotta admit that was fire.
That was a great ad-lib.
I don't even fool with flex like that, but that was hilarious.
That was great.
That was fire.
Just one last thing about KOD. Phil, will you be revisiting this album 3 weeks from now?
3 weeks? Yeah,
Yeah.
3 months? I don't know. 3
Jim.
weeks, yeah.
Jim,
3 months.
3 weeks.
All right.
Do you think you were?
And I'll be brief with this. Like, it's funny because I probably wouldn't, but like when it comes to Kendrick and Cole, I try to force myself. I try to force myself to like it, and I don't feel it like that. But the thing is, I recognize the talent, so I'm not saying these guys aren't amazing. They aren't great. They don't deserve everything they get. But
see, I'm different. I like Kendrick. I
know you do. And the thing is, I want to like Kendrick the way you do. I just like I'd rather listen to Jones.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm all Jim Jones out. My fault. I'm all Jones out right now, but I just rather listen to other stuff.
No. I mean, I get it. I mean, like it's just some shit I'm never going to listen to ever again after the first listen. And
it's like when I try to force myself to like Vince Staples album. I just can't.
Yeah, can't do it.
But I love his personality. I love what he stands for. But I be trying to make myself like his music.
Yeah, it's certain people I just
Yeah. Okay, so as we head towards the end of the show, again, we're definitely giving a salute to Jim for hanging out with us and just, shooting the gift as we do on Tissue and the Tape. Again, tallyandtwine.com. Please, if you're looking for watches, you're looking for ladies and men's styles, please don't hesitate. Check them out. TITT is the promo code, 10% off. The homie was recently in town and he had his on and he was shining. It made me have to go online and check out a few. So next time you see me, I might be sporting something. I might be doing that.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So salute. Guys, before we get out of here, just wanted to you guys are definitely some opinions that I respect. Is there any book, movie, show, documentary, video cause that people need to know? I'm going to start with you because I know Phil probably has about 17. He watches 3 TVs at a time while checking his phone.
The other day he was like, I got this on this TV, and I was like, damn, you can
double
content.
Make all foods double clutch.
Jim, I'm going to start with you, because
Phil that's crazy.
Might have the laundry list.
Well, right now I'm digging this audio book called The Three Kings, which is actually it's hip hop related. It's about Jay, Diddy, and Andre Young, Dr. Dre, and their ascension in business through hip hop. It's called The Three Kings. It's by Zach O'Malley Greenberg. So I think that's a pretty dope book. He wrote that other book about Michael Jackson, which was crazy. I don't know if you guys ever
Peter Pan 2.
Not that one. It's the one about Michael Jackson in business. It was called like Michael Jackson Inc.
Okay.
Because this guy writes business.
Okay.
He writes a business book, right?
Gotcha.
This one is about like this. It's like hip hop. So it's called The Three Kings, about these guys being on their way to being a billionaire. But this Michael Jackson book was dope too. Because it gave you a different perspective of Michael, how shrewd Michael was when it came to business, which a lot of us didn't even know those stories.
Ask Paul McCartney,
And Mike was very shrewd. He played the role, and it talks about how a lot of that, a lot of Mike's eccentric behavior was Mike realizing that led to that paper. Anyway, so that's a good book. So look up that book as well as the Three Kings book. I think both books are fire. And both of them are on audiobook, by the way.
Nice.
Phil, what you got?
Don Winslow, man, incredible writer. He has 2 books that definitely need to check out. Power of the Dog. It's about the drug trade from multiple perspectives, from the DEA side to the cartel side to the user side. So it's definitely need to check that out. And then the follow up to that, the cartel.
Ashton and Jaquavis?
No, not no, different cartel.
My bad.
But
I'm a huge fan of Ashton and Jaquavis. They write the best crime novels in the world.
Those books definitely should be movies, but Power of the Dog is definitely highly recommend that. And then as far as TV, oh man, I'm so sorry that I'm drawing the blank, but it's on BBC America.
R. Kelly jump?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I don't know if you guys watched that documentary, but that was crazy. That made me feel uncomfortable. Like, yo, why am I still listening to this dude's music?
Yeah. See, I don't want no parts of that.
I'm the one that got pepper sprayed.
Because here's the thing, when you know a lot of stuff that's going on, but when someone pulls it all together and makes it a documentary, and you see it all together, like all these different pieces of things you heard over the years, and they made it like one thing, I was like, ugh. And you see that Rumi. They dropped that John, and you see his whole team broke up. His whole team rolled out after that drop.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, like turn them off.
That's like Ether when he shut down the whole label. My fault. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Here you go. Killing Eve. BBC America, Killing Eve. It features Christina Yang from Grey's Anatomy. I don't know her real name, so I'm gonna just call her Christina Yang. But it's basically about the British version of the CIA tracking down a serial killer and how
it's a drama.
Oh yeah, it is fire though.
It's called Killing Eve.
Killing Eve on BBC America. It's 3 episodes.
Killing Evil.
Eve, no, because the serial killer.
Say Stevie J dropped a tape like that back in the day, but that's either here or there.
Oh man, EVE. The serial killer is actually a young lady, psychopath, and her name is Eve, and Christina Yang is the agent trying to track her down, and it's just that cat and mouse game, and it's excellently done, well written. So definitely check that out.
What do you like? What is that on? Or I gotta go find that in dark places.
BBC America. You can download the app and watch it that way.
Okay.
All the first 3 episodes are on the website. You don't even have to have a cable subscription at this point to view them. So
okay.
I mean, but if you got a cable subscription, it just makes it a little easier. And then it's Apple TV and friendly and all that good stuff.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple things myself. Questlove just dropped another book. This is his 4th book. He had one about Soul Train. He had his memoir, and now he's got a Creative Quest. It's actually available on Audible. The way that he did it is different. Yeah, check it out. Creative Quest. The way that he did it is different though. He did it as if he was in the studio, and he has a lot of guest appearances on here. I just started listening to it this morning, and I was just shaking my head as to like how intricate it was, just in terms of all the things that he put together in it. And
what's it actually about?
It's just him. I mean, not to give like a cheesy, synopsis on what it is, but it's just like him take you on a musical journey. And he's actually like playing instruments. He has guests that are coming in and talking about different things.
Oh, that's dope. That's different.
Yeah.
All his books are like that though. I read his book, his memoir, and that was like the most interesting thing I think I've read, the way it was written.
Yeah. With the liner notes.
Yeah, you know how
with the liner notes and all, like this is different, but it's dope.
Yeah, dude's memory is like how they say, like Premier, takes pride in his.
Yeah, he has to keep a diary or something, dog.
Yeah,
he has to. Like some of the minutia in this is just crazy, but
yeah, he's highly detailed.
But yeah, so it's just creative philosophies. He's just talking about things that some of the people that he's worked with have told him, and how he's incorporated that into his music and how he lives his life. But yeah, it's definitely a good look, and like I said, just the way that he did it with the audio book, it's
I gotta peep that.
Yeah, I just copped it.
Damn,
it's Phil, yo. We don't even blink an eye when he does stuff.
I know. Phil, man, you gotta give me the cheat code on how you get more than 2 credits per month, dog.
I have no game.
Like 5, 6 credits per month.
I have no game. Audible, just understand my story, man.
Last month, Styles P dropped off that nickel bag real quick for everybody. That's a Lox fan.
Live my life by Lox bars.
Absolutely.
Right. Me being a Lox stan, definitely consumed that, loved it. And now he announced that he actually is dropping an album called Heat of the Night. It is a G Host album, so you can be prepared for all the things that happens when
knife work.
He does that. Yeah, he has a joint out right now called Heat of the Night.
My man will murk you while drinking green juice.
Easily. riding his bike through Yonkers. But no, he definitely is coming with that. He's come out with about 29 albums in the past 17 years. So you gotta love the Ghost.
Yo, man, we at the end of the first quarter of 2018, man. What's the hottest album so far 2018 in the first quarter? Is it KOD?
No,
it's definitely not KOD.
No. Is it Capo Status?
It's definitely in contention. What's my favorite joint?
Show me the facts.
Fax me that. So all right. So
if anybody faxing you anything, you
fax me that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here right now. I'm loving Blame It on Jay-Z. No news is good news is definitely and shout to that's another thing. Shout to Fonte. He's actually kind of giving you liner notes on his Instagram.
No doubt.
Periodically. Very, very informative as well. But yeah, those are some of my favorite ones. No news is good news, and Blame It on Jay-Z. Definitely top for me. Jericho Jackson was cool too.
Jericho Jackson, I definitely.
I like that, but I think if I had to pick one, you just said it. Blame It on Jay-Z, and I think the reason that is because that literally just caught me out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like I was on Tidal, and somehow he got great placement. I wonder how he got great placement. Anyway,
the same night, we must have been like looking at it at the same time, like the same.
Yeah.
Oh, Trios.
Yeah, like I was like, I was just about to hit y'all, like, have y'all heard this? Like,
yeah,
that was crazy.
And I was like, I didn't even know who I didn't even put that together with the same that was like, Killing Sway and the Body Flex.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that was the same dude.
Right.
I just played him on Jay-Z, so that shows the catchy title because. So I put it on. Smart. I was like, whoa.
I mistakenly lumped him in with Don Q and A Boogie somehow. Like I don't know, like no shots, no shots.
Nope. It's yeah.
But like I kind of just
you thought he was from Highbridge, huh?
Yeah, I thought he Highbridge label. But then when I was like, oh wait, I heard of this cat before, Connecticut and all that. But yeah, man, that probably would be tops for me. It's 10 songs, so it's not too long, and there's not really one that I want to skip on there.
No,
they got that sneaky. That joint got the sneaky factor. It snuck up on us. You know what I mean? Like sort of like Prime 1. We talked about Prime 2.
Yep.
The difference between Prime 1 and Prime 2 is that sneak up factor.
Right. Now the one thing about it is the good thing about Prime, I guess, was that it came later on in the year. With this coming so early in the year, is it going to stay on top? Or when you look at it, we'll see.
You named a couple of things coming out, but who else is? I mean, you never know who's dropping these days because it's like
people just show up.
In the words of Big, man, it's that bird shit. Like everybody drops unexpectedly. Like
we'll see if we got a Nas album in a few weeks.
They need way more people.
You think I'm joking? But I really would be fine if he never dropped another album.
Yeah,
him and Jay. I think him and Jay are at the table of gods, and I really would be fine if neither one of them ever dropped again.
I know, but
it's.
I secretly you want another Nas album. Come on.
I really don't.
I do, man.
Because you need more people on that, Jim. I don't know.
The reason I'm saying that is because I'm one of these guys. Like once you give me a certain body of work, right? And I know it kind of goes against what I said earlier about people making music that I can relate to or whatever. But certain cats just don't have to no more, man. Like once you put together a body of work that's like as comprehensive as say a Jay or a Nas, I'm cool. I'm cool if you just Lauryn Hill the game and just perform that for the rest of your life.
Don't start that, Jim. Don't start that.
No. I'm not. She took it to a different level with the one. But I'm just saying, like, all right. Let's say if you OJ's the game. OJ's still performing songs from whatever.
They still on the Stairway to Heaven. Stairway to Heaven, long as shit.
Yo, but hip hop is the only culture. We'd be like, yo, when your next album coming out? Like, don't nobody ask Ryan Osley that. Just come sing Between the Sheets in 2018.
Maybe the IRS. That's about it.
Hey, but when you make that high of a level,
bar, that alley-oop was major. You know what I'm saying? That was I just gave him the Rubio alley-oop.
Yo, Phil. All right, so we got to end this joint. Before we go, since we do have Jim and we talked about Hoop at the beginning, I just want to get everybody's finals picks on the record before we go.
Before we do that, I just got to shout out Lost in Space because that joint is all that. They Netflix is they re-upped. They put a lot of money into it. So it's not like
they took that 7 seconds budget and I reallocated it.
The Lost in Space is
I haven't even started that yet.
Yeah, Cream. If you
Phil's the only person that's able to do stuff like that.
Yo, Phil got different times than us, though. He got 38 hours in a day. Or he just don't sleep.
There's some of that, but I don't know, man. I just make it work. But yeah, definitely check that out, man.
All right. Finals picks. Phil, just real quick. Who you got?
Oh man. Why are you making me do this, man? I don't even want to. All right, I got the Warriors. The
Warriors versus who?
That's where the problem comes in because LeBron is still LeBron until somebody beat him 4 out of 7 times. And notice I didn't say Cleveland, I said LeBron. So
that's what he's saying these days.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what they're. Yeah, but I mean.
He can't even leave the floor.
I want so bad to say the Philadelphia 76ers in the finals because I know they have the talent to do it. They just don't have the experience yet. So
here's what's crazy. Before the playoffs started, like a whole season, I would have never said that. Before the playoffs started, I would have never said that. After watching everybody playing this first round, I mean,
they can do it, man.
Yeah,
they can do it. I'm going with them. No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Sixers, Warriors. That's
Warriors in 5.
Warriors in 6.
Call this the Wilt Chamberlain finals.
The Sixers gonna steal the first game, then they're gonna lose 3, then they're gonna win game 5 to stave off elimination, and they're gonna lose in 6. That's how I see it.
Okay. That's
Warriors is a safe pick. The Warriors is a safe pick because with that much talent, I just don't know how they lose in the 7-game series.
They getting y'all out of here as we speak, bud.
I know.
The East is just tough, man. Like because of everything Phil says. I don't want to go. Damn, dog. Like
you don't want to do it. You're not jinxing them.
No, because I don't want to come off as a homer. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like they're the best team I've seen in the playoffs.
Anything's possible.
I mean, is there
the 3 best teams? The 3 best teams I've watched play honestly are the Warriors, the Sixers, and probably New Orleans. That's crazy.
The Rockets for a quarter. That 50-pointer yesterday.
But see, you know what? That's another thing about the Rockets that scares me is that they haven't even played a good game yet, and they're up 3-1. Yeah. So
they had 50 points in 1 quarter.
Jim, you got the Warriors. Well. You got the Warriors.
I'm gonna go with the Wilt Chamberlain series too. I'm gonna go Sixers Warriors.
Okay. And until further notice, until somebody shows me different, we got a trilogy +1. So we got Warriors Cavaliers for the 4th year in a row.
I can see that too.
Warriors in a 4-game sweep. Get these dudes out of here.
That's the problem with the Cavs going. They can't compete against them.
They can't compete, but the East just there's a problem called LeBron James that they haven't been able to solve in 9 years.
See, this is true. that's crazy. That's crazy, yo.
That's a long time. That's definitely not leprechauns,
right?
Yo, and the crazy part about it, the reason why the Sixers I think they have a legit chance is they're so young, they don't know to.
All right, you know what? Matter of fact, I want to go back to your pick. I'm taking the Cavs. I'm gonna tell you why. Mandela's home. So the fact that Mandela's home might change everything, man.
It might, man.
He sacrificed himself for the Eagles. He sacrificed himself for the Sixers. You know what I mean? But he's back now. Mandela's back.
The Phillies in first place. They're the best home team.
I know. How about that?
The Phillies about to lose 100 in a row.
It's crazy, man.
They're gonna be 62 and 100.
Thank you for joining us. Of course, it's always a pleasure. We definitely got to do our year-end show this time. We can't skip that this year.
Well, thanks, bro, man. Thank you guys for having me, man. Every time we get on here, it's so much fun. We end up going for 8 hours.
I know.
But that's because you know, this is our group. This is our group chat. In audio and video form.
Just missing a little bit of Rivers and just missing a little bit of
Rivers. Shout out to Rivers, man. He's a legend in a group chat. But thank you guys, man. Continue success, man, and I appreciate the invite anytime.
All right, man. Jim, we'll talk to you, man. Thank you.
All right, take it easy. Peace.
All right, now, peace.
Well.
So Phil, man, we were able to have this episode, man. I just want to just say thank you for your continued dedication and hard work towards what we've been trying to build over the past 6 years, 4 years as far as the podcast. Looking forward, man, to really reaping the benefits of this. And I'm not saying that from a financial or monetary standpoint. I'm saying just from the level of respect that I want to see people give you for the knowledge that you have, and same goes for me.
All right, back at you, man. You already know, man. You are the smartest person that I know. But I do want the papers. You know what I mean? So I want the respect. The respect is cool, but we live our life by locks bars, and they say first you get the money, then you get the power.
Yeah.
And then they respect you. Yeah. Right. So
keep your awards. My sons can't eat those plaques.
Yeah, neither can Z. So get the papers. Cut those checks.
But no, we really mean this though. Everybody that's listened to this show, you know, and that shared it, that's gave us motivation at times when we felt like, you know, we just needed to do more, and they said, okay, you guys are on to something. You know, we really appreciate it. We really appreciate
all y'all, man. Everybody that's ever been a guest, man, that took the time out of their schedule.
For sure.
I mean, that re-up with us.
Yeah.
When the system wasn't cooperating, and, you know what I mean, when niggas fell asleep like stacks at the wheel. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody, man.
Shout to our wives too, man, that hold it down too.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of times, you know, it may be hard to see the vision, but I think they both understand what we do in terms of what we're doing, something that we love. And, you know, like they say, like, you know, if you're doing something you love, you do it for free. Well, damn it. If we ain't the living proof of that, I don't know what is.
Sometimes if you really love it, it'll even cost you. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's definitely facts. So
man, but it's all been fun, man. I truly do this with the people I love, whether it's me and you, whether it's me, you, and Reem, whether it's me, you, Reem, and G, or G's, or the homie, or Jim, or the whole war room.
Yeah.
Any of the other, you know, hundreds of guests that have been on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, we definitely appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna keep doing it because this is something we love. We love this culture, we love this music. And we're gonna keep rocking, man. And y'all keep rocking. I hope
that comes across to everybody. Like, we really do love this. Like,
and we know what the fuck we talking about, man. You can be modest. You can be modest for us. I'm gonna talk that shit for us, because we fucking do this, man. We know what we talking about because we listen to the music. We live the culture. We've been in the buildings. We've seen the shows. We nice with ours. You know what I mean, so if I say some shit is whack, you know, that might be an opinion, but there's some fact base behind that. There's some reason. I'm not just saying it just to say it. I mean, or if I say it's dope, or if my brothers say you know, you should check this out, check it out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
for sure. And for all the unsung artists that have been on here, the King Champs, the just Davis,
the LPs,
yeah, man. You know, just everybody that's been able to come on here. You know, we're just looking forward to continuing that.
Jamil Honesty.
Yeah, Jamel Honesty, definitely. Stallone and Weathers. You know, we've had some guys on here. Shout to Frio. We're looking forward. Yeah, RJ Payne. Looking forward to really just just talking to more artists. So if you have some people that you would like for us to get on the show, let us know. You know, we'll definitely talk to them.
Yeah.
We love talking to up and coming artists.
tissueonthetape@gmail.com.
That's right.
You know what it is.
What?
Ain't no more
to it. Phillmatic, take us out with the fader.
Okay, gang. As my brother said, man, shout out to everybody that's ever spent time with us on the stereo side chatting, fireside chatting, whatever you want to call it. We definitely appreciate that. I'm gonna try to do something to really show y'all how much we appreciate it. And we gonna keep bringing y'all this quality hip hop music. These keep conservating through conversation, and you know how we do, man. Work for the money, live for the love, and die for what you believe in. This is Tissue and the Tape. This is home of the MC. So please respect Heat Holderz.